Median Cliff Mines 2v2 with Jones playing as a Hive Tyrant and Piluco as his Lord General buddy. I actually quite like the Tyranids and IG combo. Lord General's pretty good in team games. Definitely better than in 1v1 at least. He's going to be facing off against the Aversa Assassin, so he's laned against Jones here. So Hive Tyrant versus EA, and Dingus is going to be fighting against the Lord General, which is a pretty good matchup for Eldar, I would say. I mean, IG are pretty cancerous in team games, so we'll see how that goes. But if you're going to play anything against IG in team games, probably feels pretty good to be an Eldar. But yeah, synergies between IG and Tyranids are pretty real. Brood Nest is great with Guardsman based builds. You can hold the line for a very long time. The Tyranids quite enjoy a very heavy tier 2, whereas IG want to get to tier 3 very quickly. So that's nice, the Tyranids can do a lot of investment early on. And especially then in tier 2, the Tyranids can go really heavy and hold the line with Tyrant Guards, Zone Thropes, and all their Synapse things, and lots of war gear and upgrades. And you can mostly skip tier 2 as IG, so you get out your way more powerful things like Bulgrin's, Kassakin, and Lehman's in tier 3, so that's nice. And it doesn't end there either. You've got Tyranids being really good in melee, IG being really good at range, so you have both bases covered. You can set up amazing firing lines with Zone Thropes dealing with the setup teams that counter IG quite well. And you also have two races that are very strong for early game pressure as well in tier 1. The combination of IG and Tyranids can often just win games in tier 1 when you lock down the enemy's power node and base lock them essentially because of the early game pressure. So yeah, I think it's really good synergy. But we'll see how it plays out in this instance. It's not a tournament or anything like that as far as I'm aware, it's just casual games, so there might not be much team play in that regard. An attempted dodge there of the Destructor, but nicely aimed by Dingus, predicting that forward movement. Dropping a lot of HP on those Guardsmen. And no stomp on the Sentinel. So just chipping it down, but the Banshees have got to get out! Get out! Kept them in way too long there. How the hell have they not lost any models? What on earth? They're down to 150 HP with no models lost. That is so lucky. Good God. I understand staying in a little bit, get the chip damage on the Sentinel, make the Guardsman waste some time repairing it. That's fair enough. IST out in the open here, getting absolutely melted by those Termers. They've got their Toxin Sack upgrade, so 30% bonus damage. But the Purgation are coming now with a very juicy Incinerator that the Termagants apparently don't fancy feeling. But the Hive Tyrant's good for that job. Going for the charge. So they're using the ability there, focus firing this Hive Tyrant, and everything is firing at him. While the Termers try and bleed the IST. Now focusing on the Aversa Assassin. But my God, the damage coming out from the Incinerator there, that was suicide. He ran right in with a Hormagaunt squad. I don't even know if they had adrenal glands or not. They were getting chased by an Aversa Assassin, shot and meleeed by a strike squad. They had double IST hanging behind them, and they ran headfirst into an Incinerator, which does really good AoE damage at close range. So it's pretty silly from Jones there, I have to be honest. And now he's paying for it because he's losing his gen farm. On the plus side, they did put on some pressure there, the blue team. As I was mentioning earlier, it is a thing they can do pretty much all throughout tier 1, but it looks like... Wait. He retreated the Aversa Assassin before capping the point there, did our friend, the Aversa Assassin. Pretty weird, because the VPs are a bit of a problem right now. They managed to get a decap in the middle with the Banshees, but they're going to have to retreat because Kedishan Devils have turned up. This is bad for the red team. They're bleeding a lot. A lot of VPs right now. Already down to less than 350. But the red team have managed to take out the gen farm here. So that's good. They've preserved their gen farm. There's a bit of pressure coming in on this side. We don't have shurikens. We've gone for long rifle rangers. That's unusual. I mean, spotters are pretty incredible against shurikens, so especially in team games. I kind of understand it. Double long rifle rangers can definitely put a lot of pressure on the Sentinel. We're trying over there. Plasma grenade's going to be a swing and a miss, and they've got to get out. Kedishan should have really positioned themselves better to get into melee there, or planted an IED on the tree. But whatever. They are going to get the bash by the IG. Even with the support here from the Grey Knights rotating, it's going to be a little bit too late. We'll see some Ravenous for Jones. Makes sense if you're playing as the Hive Tyrant. You've already got Synapse from the Hive Tyrant, so it makes Ravenous a lot more viable as a first tier 1.5 purchase. Banshees there easily contained by the Termagant Crippling Poison. And there you go, the OM assist kind of countered by the Tyrannid assist. Nice. Not bad. Oh, there you go, stabilizers. Healing all these units. Beautiful, and a very... okay. Not the best stomp there. Honestly, if that stomp hit, might have killed it. But how much damage does stomp do? With an old reliable too, probably would have. Stomp and old reliable, I'm like 90% sure would have killed. Pretty risky really from Dingus to have his rangers in that position, knowing that you'd have to retreat through the IG army. I know retreating past IG isn't usually that scary, because it's mostly guns, but... yeah, Cadishans can be a problem. Hey, the blue team managed to regain this farm, though. They've got full gens on it, too, so they're not actually doing that bad in terms of eco. And man, they are so far ahead in VPs right now. Less than 300 for the red team, with 483 for the blue team. Very impressive. Really nice VP lead. So Strike Squad here will be able to get onto the Ravenous, who also have got hit by the Neurotoxin there from the Aversa Assassin. That's a bad spot for them. I was just about to say, how the hell have they not lost models? There goes one of the Ravenous, and now the bash can continue. Not for long though. Yeah, so we need a bit of a revive here for the Warlock of Dingus. But that's going to be very tricky because currently the Aversa Assassin is a little bit occupied. The extra HP there from the extended carapace saving the Hive Tyrant. It might leave another model. Yep. Retreating through Grey Knights is not ideal. But yeah, these farms here and here are a lot easier to bash than the farm here and here. They're more exposed, they're further away from the base of the person who is basically meant to defend the farm. So they're swapping sides. You know, Aversa Assassin is dominating the Tyranids and is now taking the power. They're actually capping the power, which is really quite amazing that he's going to be able to get away with this. I'm noticing Jones in team games kind of obsessed with very light tier 1s. It's clear he needed more of a tier 1 here. So yeah, he caps it. What's he going to do with it? If he doesn't hold it for a long time, it's going to be really bad, but he has got a lot of range DPS, double IST, and don't forget about the Executioner Pistol here as well. So they're trying to bait the Hive Tyrant into staying in too long, and he did it beautifully. Look at that. Takes him out with the melee there from the Strike Squad. Have they got a Justicar coming? They do. Yeah, this is brutal. Beautiful play from Aversa Assassin, just absolutely dominating Jones right now. And here comes the support. Cadishan Devils are here to CC the Strike Squad. They need to retreat. Oh, they dropped a model beforehand as well. Unfortunate, unfortunate. And yeah, that's a mass retreat. Probably wants to node this, but too late. Yeah, it bought a bit of time, and it also brought a bit of power, but the thing is, they've got their power back now, and they didn't have to pay 325, or 425 rec rather, to get it back. Here comes the Alpha Strike though. First tier 2 unit to hit the field is a Rhino, been upgraded to a Razorback straight away from the Aversa Assassin, and it is pursuing that Sentinel. If he can take it out, he's going to be in a good spot right now. Here comes the Sarge for the Cadishan, so he sees that there is tier 2 in play. He doesn't know what's over here. There could be an AV unit coming out right now. The Sentinel could even be upgraded to the missile launcher, but he kind of has to commit to this play. He's going to see Stormtroopers. There's going to be Melters coming as well. I think, yeah, the Rhino's just going to get out of there. Yeah. Yeah. He didn't actually get him. That was a nice bluff by Piluco. Infiltrated the storms, making the EA panic thinking, oh shit, they're going to get melters any second. But didn't happen. Very nice actually, I like that play, that's good. He didn't panic. No panic AV. He's got the enough AV there with the Guardsman being able to repair the Sentinel whilst it's protected by the base DR aura. It's perfectly sufficient to deal with a Razorback. And here we go, we've got a Venom Cannon on the Hive Tyrant. He's forcing melee though, which is a bit odd given that there's Grey Knights right there. Yeah, you're not that tanky, mate. Fucking hell. That was a bit optimistic, Jones. Jesus Christ, man. I mean, he needs a Venom Brood to buff up these units. He's got 3 ranged units. He might as well get a Venom Brood for ranged Synapse and the AV. Zone Throw will be very good against the IST. The Adversary Assassin's done pretty good here though with his Executioner pistol. I feel like he's bled quite a lot. So that was an attempted kinetic pulse into an AUR-type bomb, but it was a fail. You need to line up the AUR-type bombs first, then kinetic pulse, not the other way around. As you can see, the Cadishans just stood up and walked out from the bomb drop. Another stabilizers goes down. Unfortunately, right now the problem is that these units don't have full models, so they need a form of reinforce in the field. You can get that from the Vox Operator, you can get it from a Chimera, you can get it from a Medical Bunker. All of which would probably be quite good right now. We do see Wraith Guard, so that might dissuade a Medical Bunker. You can kill that pretty fast with Wraith Guard. Ooh, look at the Wraith Guard first volley though against the Cadishans. Pretty brutal. Do we have a medical kit? No, apparently not. Because they're out of here after dropping a few models. Again, leading with the Hive Tyrant, and I'm not entirely sure why. Charges right into a side cannon, and there's a Razorback there as well. Ends up dropping the Hive Tyrant. Really not the best play from Jones this time. We do see some Rippers coming out of the tower. But the firing line here from the Nids and the IG is not easy to deal with. Even the tanky Wraith Guard getting kind of wrecked there, taking way too much damage. Not seeing the Rangers do too much yet. Should be focusing down the Raveners right now. Nice smoke actually on the ranged troops that were getting focused at the front there, and there is a charging Adversary Assassin going in. Does he have a Melter Bomb? Oh, he just got stunned by the Stomp. He charged right into the Sentinel Stomp there. Let's see. No Melter Bomb, just the Assault Armor, so he's got a nice bit of extra HP and HP regen. Using Hyper Metabolism now for even more HP regen, just making him tanky, but he's going to get out of there. So Jones loves this, he loves fast teching, and he's just been chilling with a Zone Throw up and nothing else in tier 2. Well, just a Venom Cannon upgrade in his Hive Tyrant. And he's just gone straight to tier 3, which Piluco's going to be joining him on, apparently. I mean, the pressure on this farm has kind of dissipated, hasn't it? And I feel like that's a bit of a problem from the Adversary Assassin. I know he's needed to back up his teammate who's been struggling against the IG here, but what have they gained from backing it up? Okay, they've stopped the VP pressure a little bit, but they're still 4-2-7 for the blue team and 1-9-7 for the red team, so it's not the best situation for them still in the VPs. But they've, more importantly, allowed the blue team to get to tier 3 here and accumulate a really nice bank of power in the back. Adversary Assassin's going tier 3, which feels good. Good for him, like, I mean, OM in tier 3 are just incredible. The combination of a Vortimer Razorback plus Terminators is just mental. It's so hard to counter. There really is no good counter. Surprising that even with double ranges, he's not been able to take out the Sentinel. That was a really nice flare there from the spotters. Countering the Cloak of Shadow infiltration very nicely. And once again the EA is charging in, but this is not great. Yeah, he obviously tried to set up the push there for the Eldar, but They were quite miscoordinated rangers. Can you take out the Sentinel? Oh, I think Wraithguard got it there, or maybe the Banshees. He'll be happy with that, or maybe the Autarch. I don't know. Someone did, though. He will be quite happy with that, I'm sure. Though, to be honest, I'm really not sure how impactful killing that Sentinel at that point really is. I mean, was it putting in work at this point? Not really. And it just is lower upkeep now for the IG to start pumping out the real threats, aka the Lemans, the Kasakins, the Bulgrins, or any super heavy tanks that they may get. So we do see the counter effects on the field now, but no upgrades on it yet, and it is kind of getting wrecked by Wraithguard. So that's not good. Versa Assassin is going for the Vortimer Razorback. Nope, he cancels it and goes for Terminators, okay. And Dingus has a crazy amount of resources. What the hell's going on there with Dingus? What the hell? He could get an avatar? What is he doing? Even if he's undecisive, he should have been going tier 3 a long time ago. There's no reason to be sitting in tier 2 with more resources than you need for a flipping avatar. So one of the big weaknesses of OM, especially in team games, is that they're not really designed, much like the Orcs, they're not designed to hold ground. They're meant to be constantly moving, attacking and pulling back in blobs. Just like the Orcs. And it's proving a problem when it comes to actually holding the VPs after they take them. Side cannon's nice. Setting up the wrong way at the moment though. Both the enemy players are approaching from this angle. I mean, it's a nice choke point, but it feels like there's not enough setup teams here for the Eldar. Where's the Warlock? It's hard to see him. There he is. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the lack of setup teams on behalf of the Eldar as well is making it very hard for them to hold ground. You can see that they can push the enemy off and take it, but then nothing really happens. Because they can't really hold it. So they might want to focus on the naturals a bit. I mean, they're doing very good in terms of stabilizing the VPs more, the red team. So he does reach tier 3 and he's going for an avatar Dingus. They've actually bought enough time for themselves now that they'll be able to get it out, surprisingly, to be honest. How the hell did they buy so much VPs? All on the Versa Assassin, I suppose. Dominating the nids. Dominating the nids and taking the mid. Huge chunks of damage from the Strangleform cannon there onto the Terminators. But it's got to be careful, because if it does find itself in melee with the Terminators, it will get quite wrecked. So it needs to back off. It needs to back off. What's it doing? Why are the Terminators turning around? Okay, I see. There's an absolutely gigantic flank kicking off right now. Second Carnifex. So a bit of a Carnifex train. Hive Tyrant's back with the Venom Cannon. He's going to pursue that Razorback. But here comes a Bio Meltdown on the Aversa Assassin. In the middle of a huge blob of IG units. That's should be generating some value, but to be honest, it doesn't really appear to be killing that many. Too much HP, I suppose. Fuck. And there's an isolated Bow Strangler Carnifex getting wrecked now by an infiltrated Wraithguard and an infiltrated Avatar. Dingus, definitely a big fan of the Cloak of Shadows. And I can see why. It's an amazing AoE buff. Not merely the fact that it is infiltrating all the things around you, but the fact that it's giving them a whopping 15% range DR as well is pretty amazing. Pretty amazing stuff. Going to be going for a fire prism now, which will be able to chip away at the Lehman from afar. Whirling Doom mostly as a deterrent. Just some chip damage, I suppose, to the Lehman Rust, but not a lot. Honestly, Dingus could do with back-teching to a load of shurikens as well at this point, I think. I think just spam triple shurikens. I mean, second fire prism wouldn't be bad either, but feels like that's quite far off. What's going on down here? Yeah, we've just got an isolated strike squad that was on the guard duties, I suppose, for the natural VP. In a bit of trouble right now. We do get a form back Carnifex. But the Razorback still being in play is huge. Been really disruptive carrying those IST around. So there goes the Hive Tyrant, shooting with his Venom Cannon, needs to force melee to keep up. Does he have the charge armor still? He does have it if he needs it. Carnifex should probably just turn around and fight the Terminators, but not here, now he's too close to the base. Oh, he's saying it's bugs, he can't control it. To be honest, usually if you press S, you can just get out then. You can control it and leave. He obviously needs to charge away, but I don't know if he's got control back. Yeah. Well. Heavy weapons team down here, but yeah, Dingus doing very, very well now. Very well. Wow. One more shot on the Lehman would have took that thing out. Calling in the bunker in order to try and block the shot, I guess. Can you not cancel the bunker anymore when it's building? Strange. Guess not, because it's just... there it is. Getting wrecked by Banshees in the wallet. Did you get XP for killing that thing? Oh, you do? Quite a lot of XP as well. What the fuck? Okay. Indeed, this is a big flank. This is where the fire prisms really shine. On a flank. Being able to wipe things from fucking 6 million miles away. But he kind of missed this. Oh, actually, the Psy Cannon on the Terminators is going to be sufficient to take out that Carnifex. Wow, nice. Yeah, that was the form back as well, so... damn, dude. That's not good. Not good for Jones. Yeah, VP's getting very low right now for the red team. Doing well in the fights, but he needs to take this natural. Where's that Warlock gone? Back in base healing, okay. Oh, and a hollow field is infiltrating right now. I'd probably have opened up on the heavy weapons team. Just get rid of it so that it can't chip away your avatar and it can't threaten the fire prism. Land Raider Crusader incoming for the Aversa Assassin. Bloody hell. He's done very well once he's reached tier 3. Clearly not bleeding at all. Yeah, Wraithguard focusing on random guardsmen and Lord General, not ideal. Heavy weapons team and Lehman should definitely be the priority right now. But look at that fire prism just chipping away at the Lehman. Lehman can't even see it right now. Oh, beautiful rear armor hit as well. And the Banshee's just marauding through the IG lines. Not really much IG can do. Piluco lost his Cadishans, so there's no anti-melee to push those Banshees away, especially when they're coming up under the Cloak of Shadows, so you can't see them for ages. Then when you do see them, they've got 50% resistance from Fleet of Foot with the Exarch. Add an extra 15% resistance from the Cloak of Shadows. It's a problem. Never mind if they drop a Distort field to add another 50% resistance. It just gets all a little bit crazy. What the hell was that? Yeah, there's the Distort field. Banshee's putting in the work late game. Still going for it. Look at him. Just shrugging off those lasguns at this point. They do not give a fuck. Damn, dude. Ogren's coming out for Piluco. It's kind of disappointing though, because Ogren's They are a tier 2 unit and they're the better thing against melee. Bulgarins are not very good against melee, so if you're trying to get the Bulgarins to fight Banshees, or Bulgarins to fight Banshees, it's not the best idea, to be honest. The Banshees will probably perform quite great against them. A little late on the fanaticism. Still gets hit. Okay, does Ice Team need to get out of there? What's he doing? Before he gets eaten, BP's getting very low now for the red team, only on 39. Fire Prism's still dissuading the Lehman Ross, and beautiful Poker Shadow players are keeping the Eldar units in play. Land Raider Crusader is now on the field. Razorback flanking and forcing off a Hive Tyrant. Yeah, another form back to try and handle these Terminators in melee. Since they're only power melee, the form back will do that quite nicely. Should be a scary Wailing Doom. Good hit on the Stormtroopers, good hit on the heavy weapons team, but it doesn't disrupt him, remember, because he's got the shield upgrade, but the Avatar going into melee will prove quite effective, for sure. Why can't I click the Ogrins? There we go. So the Ogrins will probably commit to this fight, lose a load of models, go back and turn into Bulgarins. But the VPs at this point are getting very low. Tyranids did manage to get a decap down here, but they can't get the cap. The Aversa Assassin's forced off all the infantry. Of course, though, he cannot kill a Carnifex. Whoa, the Bulgarins... Forget Bulgarins, the Ogrin squad wipes outright. So you know what? Dingus has absolutely turned this around, which I love to see. He was getting smashed in the early game, but now he's got his real tools online. The Cloak of the Shadows and this synergy, he's absolutely kicking IG's ass. And here is a Land Raider Crusader. A lot of piercing damage, so not really going to do that much to these Carnifex. It does have a multi-melter, which will do some chip, but yeah, not great. I suppose the main thing is force off the infantry with it so that the Tyranids can't get the cap, and you'll be alright. But really, he doesn't want to stop and focus fire the infantry right now because he's going to take so much damage from this 108 DPS heavy melee Hive Tyrant. He's trying it. He's taking a lot of damage for his efforts. Granite Terminators are going in as well. Levitating these guys, but the levitation doesn't stop the cap. It doesn't throw them back, it only throws them on the floor, so they're still capping. They're still going for it. But the Land Raider Crusader DPS is too much, wipes the Termagants there, absolutely mincing the Hive Tyrant whilst also in melee with the Terminators. Piluco is essentially given up right now on the middle, and the natural is protected, but there are infiltrating rangers going over there. Can they get something done on that natural? Perhaps. Piluco rotating to the mid, but Dingus has kind of left the mid exposed. Why has he left it exposed with everything? What? I think he was hoping the Fire Prism would help. They're exchanging with their infiltrated units. Dingus is taking the natural there, but Piluco's on the mid. However, Aversa Assassin once again going to be able to get onto the VP, and Jones kind of committed everything to this right now. His Carnifex are isolated, Carnifex being the plural. Yeah, Beamer snaring them, going to take out that one. And this is a Barb Strangler that's getting hunted by an Avatar right now, so that thing's screwed. Yeah, so Piluco's forces rotated. They're going to take the natural. The Assault Kit Stormtroopers did manage to take the mid, and they retreat out of there. So they're going to grab the natural, and that's going to drain a couple more VPs, but no, not even a couple, just one. Because Aversa Assassin caught the natural, and now the mid is neutral. I don't think anything can prevent the mid from being neutral, so I think the red team have won this. This Land Raider Crusader is basically unmovable, and Jones used up all of his resources in that last fight down here. He's just got Rippers and Spore Mines going around with an Avatar lurking. I don't think Rippers and Spore Mines are going to be quite sufficient to gain the victory for him there. Great game. I like the turnaround there. I love seeing this composition from Dingus putting the work in the late game. Avatar, Wraithguard, Banshees, Fire Prism. Very nice with the Cloak of Shadows. Cloak of Shadows protects the Fire Prism. If the enemy wants to rush you down with a tank, infiltrate with the Cloak of Shadows, put the Fire Prism on hold fire, they can't see you. Then you open up with the Wraithguard and you dissuade them with the melee of your Avatar. The enemy tank has to back off. When it backs off, you can now turn hold fire off and shoot the enemy tank because it's fleeing, because you've got superior range. It's a very nice synergy. And infiltrating Wraithguard's very effective as well, because the main problem with Wraithguard is the enemy, if they're moving, will cause you to miss. Okay, have I called this game too early? Surely not. I mean, the Hive Tyrant right now with the Bonded Exoskeleton gets the invulnerability, so he will get the cap here. He will get the cap. But there is a decap here from the Rangers. Will they get the full cap? I doubt it. Because they're getting shot by Lehman Russ. And Guardsmen are coming over as well. Oh, did I call this too early? No, surely not. The Hive Tyrant's going for it. There's the Bonded Exoskeleton. So like I say, he will get the cap, but Red Team have got 13 VP, so they'll be able to just get the decap straight after, pretty much. The Terminators just go on the point. Yeah. The Hive Tyrant is abusing pathing right now to push the Terminators out of the way. I didn't even know that he could do that against Terminators, what the fuck. But he can, but they've got plenty of time. As long as you're at 7 VPs when you start the decap, you'll have enough time to get the decap in and not lose. That's an Eldritch. Oh, and the Lehman turns around and walks right into it. Oh god. I guess it's right on the edge of like the barriers there, so he couldn't get through. Beautifully done. Stunner tank with the Lehman, and yeah, Wraithguard are very good. Wraithguard level 4 here. Wraithguard putting in actually amazing amounts of work, which is really awesome to see because they don't do it often. And that's basically the blue team running out of resources there at the end. And look at the compositions of the red team. Wow, absolutely smashed it. Really cool compositions. Some pretty rare things to see. I mean, pretty standard to be fair from a Versa Assassin. But the Eldar in particular, yeah, I really love this composition with Wraithguard, Avatar and Fire Prism. It's very strong. What was the pop? Let's see. Yeah, 96 pop. Because it's annoying. Fire Prisms get exponentially better when they're in pairs, because all of a sudden they just have enough spike damage that they'll kill enemy tanks and transports before the enemy tanks and transports can even reach them. But obviously Dingus right now doesn't have the pop for that. He still needs a Guardian Squad to cap. Why is this so much pop, man? It feels like it shouldn't be that much pop. Has he got another unit? Oh well. Yeah, it's a lot of pop. You want the Rangers for the site. He was using Hollowfield beautifully as well. But yeah, cool. Look at these resources. That just shows you how dominant he was in the late game. Really nice to see that turnaround. But there you go, guys. A bit of 2v2 on Median Cliff Mines. Hope you enjoyed that one. That's going to be all from your boy Torpid this time. I am signing out.